Well, it's one of the toughest jobs out there, parenting teens. I know firsthand just how challenging it can be, and we went out and we talked with an expert, psychologist and author Lisa Damour, about what we should do as parents to build trust with our teens and not go off the rails when they tell us something alarming.
Kids know us very well, and if they expect a response they're not going to want, they're not going to open up. Here are the things kids tell me that keep them from opening up. One, if they're going to get an "I told you so." They're not going to tell us what's on their minds if they know that's coming. Another is if we don't keep things private. Sometimes the things that kids really want to share about also feel very private to them, or it's private about a friend. And so if they feel like we're going to turn around and tell the neighbor or our aunt or someone else in the family, they'll keep it close to their vest. The third is if we're going to freak out. Kids sometimes want to share a concern, but they're worried that the parent's going to overreact. So if we can steer clear of "I told you so," if we can make it clear to our kids that what they tell us is going to be kept in confidence, unless there's some concern about safety, and if we can have a measured response to whatever they bring, they're more likely to open up. Okay, sometimes they bring things that are pretty upsetting. They may say, "I heard that 8th graders are using weed gummies," right? "I heard that so-and-so, snuck out of her house," things that can make us want to have a very strong reaction. If you can, take a beat, get yourself together, and while you're getting yourself together, consider asking your kid, "What do you think of that?" That will give you time to collect yourself. It will also let you know where your kid is with this information, because their response is going to guide how you want to respond to them. So those are some tips that can help it make it easier for kids to feel like they want to open up. And when kids are sharing alarming information about their peers, what they're looking for is a reality check. Usually whatever they are sharing struck them as concerning or off, but often they're in situations where everybody else is going along with it. So they wonder, am I the one who's off base, or is the situation off base? And so they will bring home things and be like, "Oh, so this happened." And they'll often present it in a pretty cavalier way because they're trying to not lead the witness. And so it's tricky in those moments, because if a kid's like, "Oh, and then this kid drank 7 beers, they can seem like they're okay with it, and that can cause us to have a very powerful response. So again, really helpful in those moments to say, "What do you think of that?" That response gives them the reality check they're looking for. We're not saying, "Yeah, of course that happens all the time," but we're not overreacting, and it lets us keep the conversation going.